We still have time tonight to go out and view the northern lights. They're definitely putting on a show. I drove out into some of the countryside right next to the TV station and was able to get this view. Loved all the colors and the streaks in the sky. Now, my phone camera was definitely doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but even with just the naked eye, I could kind of make out some faint colors and smudges in the sky. And of course, you use that cell phone camera and you're able to make out some of those greens and those pinks. And depending on where you are and how much light pollution there is, you might be able to see an even more vibrant view. Had plenty of viewers sending in all sorts of photos. This is from Stockton, from Dolores, and I can see those bright greens in that dark sky. We will continue to have the northern lights visible overhead through the night, because what's happening here is the sun is sending a solar flare our way. It burped out of the sun a couple days ago. It's full of charged particles, light, and all sorts of energy coming from that sun. But those charged particles interact with the Earth's magnetic field. So as they come through, they look for the weakest point, and that happens to be right near the poles. So those charged particles are able to navigate through that magnetic field and start interacting with the atmosphere. So they're charging up things like oxygen and nitrogen, causing those brilliant colors. Now, the stronger the flare, the stronger the energy coming from the sun, the deeper or the farther south we can see those northern lights get, which is why they are so far south rather than being up by Alaska where they normally are. So that very strong solar storm, that solar flare, is causing those northern lights to be very far south, and they are definitely putting on a great view. So get out away from the city lights. You still got time tonight, and we've got a clear view for that. Best viewing, of course, through a steady camera as much as possible. So later tonight, we're down into the 40s, so it will be a little chilly as we go through the rest of the night with those northern lights overhead. And then for tomorrow, we're near record heat. So the record for tomorrow is 88. Our forecast is 85. Definitely feeling a lot more like August with some breezy conditions. Though the breezy, dry, and hot weather, that can be something that can raise the fire danger like we see during the summer months. So because we're so dry, try not to do any kind of open burning. Be very careful with sparks and flames, because those fires can get out of control quickly if you're not careful. And we've been talking about this all week. 80s for tomorrow. Look what happens over the weekend. We drop about 20 degrees, putting us back into the 60s, back near average for Sunday with more breezy weather. 50s ahead for early next week. It's the coldest area we've felt in about 6 months. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, the weather does rebound, though, back to the 70s, so we've got plenty of warm fall days around the corner. True October weather, though, coming this weekend. We can't completely avoid it forever.